I am hanging out with the guys from Capra. Welcome to the Ghost Cult interview series. Congratulations on your new record out today on Blacklight Media via Metal Blade Records in transmission. A long time coming. Welcome, guys.
Thank you so much for having us, and thank you. It's been a crazy day.
I bet it has. Is your phone's blowing up from like literally last night at midnight?
I got to keep my phone on the charger. It's nuts.
It's a good problem.
It is.
It's a good problem. Just for everybody
we're
watching.
Super grateful and thankful for everybody and all the reactions and the response to the album so far.
Oh yeah. Oh man. It's been pretty, just like the little bit of peeking around the interwebs that I have done. Seems like people are really pumped. It's going over well. It seems people internally on my team are like, "What about this Capra?" And I was like, "We've been talking about this band for years, but this record is like the culmination of a lot of stuff." We can unpack all that in a second. Just for the folks at home, since these unreliable Zoom, informations don't always help us. Introduce yourselves so people know who's talking, and then I'll ask some questions.
So I'm Tyler Harper. I play guitar in Capra.
I'm Jeremy Randazzo, and I am the drummer of Capra.
Word. And I like the It poster behind you.
Oh, thank you.
How did you feel about the new
I got
It?
so many. The new one?
It was all right.
Yeah, the second one I thought was a little bit too long, but it's okay. It was still good.
Yeah, right. There's been two of them. That's crazy. I didn't think there would be one ever beside the first one. So right. All good in the hood, though. But yeah, man, you guys have been, this is a culmination of a lot of time. You guys have put the work in like a prize fighter, all of you collectively, the band, DIY from the start. What I want to talk about first is how we got to today, not the whole history of the band, because I'm sure you talked about that already, but Blacklight, right? Blacklight is a very unique label. I met Chris. And Chris Santos, for those that don't know, huge metal fan, guy in the hardcore scene as a fan back in the day, and helped put this label together. And some of my favorite bands on the label, beside you guys, would be Gozu and Mother Feather. So very eclectic. It's not a lot of times when you get like a sub label on a big label, it's like a specialty label. Here's all the swoopy hair metalcore kids, because we can't have those on the same label as Sepultura and Overkill. We have to have those bands on their own little label.
Yeah.
And Metal Blade doesn't do that. They were like, we believe in people, and if we're gonna have sub labels, they're gonna be curated. And that's what I like about Blacklight, and that's what I like about you guys. So I wanted to hear about your experience signing with them, and then how it's been to get to release a record now.
Yeah, so we started working with a good friend of ours, Matt Bacon, and he kind of led us into what we needed to be doing as a DIY band, but in a more professional level. So we got better with social media. We got better with engaging with fans. And he's the one that got us over to Chris Santos, who's a super nice guy, loved us from the start, has always been very supportive. And then he got it over to Metal Blade, and it was kind of surreal. Everything happened so fast. I remember being at practice one day, and I get an email, and I look at everybody and I say, "Hey, I think we just got signed." And we were all kind of in disbelief, but it's been a crazy journey, just getting to that point. And all the bands on Blacklight are super cool. Like you were saying, I like how it's not like two separate labels. Like, Metal Blade has been just a godsend to us. They're the nicest. They're the best at what they do. And it's been a dream come true. That's for sure. I'm super grateful.
Awesome, man. I love to hear it. I have been a lifelong Metal Blade fan since I have been into heavy metal.
Same.
Most of my favorite bands are on the label still to this day. And, the respect goes both, runs deep. Over here, I've hung out with Brian. We talked hockey. I
gotta thank. We sent Brian a birthday card not too long ago, and I got a thank you card in the mail, and I was like starstruck. I got like kind of quiet. I was like, "Oh my God, Brian Slagle sent me some mail." So super cool stuff.
Things you don't take into account when you get into music. Someday I'm gonna get a thank you note in the mail from the guy who founded Metal Blade Records.
Yeah, I imagine he wrote
it basically
like his dragon lair. Like, I imagine he has a lair, like just a dark cave where Brian Slagle does business.
Like he's in a castle or something.
Yeah.
Yes, probably not. But I don't often shout out our competitors. But one of our peers is Metal Injection, and I think they did a video of his hockey jersey collection.
I saw it. It's
freaking banana balls.
Yeah.
And I love me some hockey, but like, wow. Even if you don't like hockey, like it's impressive. Like
I think one day
I'm sure his shirt collection of bands is equal, but like his hockey jersey shirts collection is crazy.
One of these days we're gonna print a Capra hockey jersey and we're gonna have to send him one.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm here for. I'll be buying one. My coolest jersey I ever had was like an old school white zombie hockey jersey, and I think one of my best friends ex-best friends stole it. So,
damn that guy.
Keyword
damn that guy.
Ex-best friend.
It was really beautifully made too. It fit me because hockey guy shaped, so I need a hockey jersey.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I would love to see you guys do that. But yeah, you guys have been, really worked hard. Great EPs, thoughtful videos, careful choices with artwork. Really cool at presenting the band a certain way. Not the easiest thing to do to come, like there's kind of a thing, like if you're too successful and you're punk and you're metal, it like, oh, you're too polished or it seeps through. But not with you guys. You guys definitely, like you said, polished up your game, worked on your music business acumen, which I'm a big proponent of and is important to help get signed.
Yes, it's completely necessary to have that. You can still be DIY, you can still be hardcore, but you got to brush up, on engaging with fans, music business, and really figuring things out for yourself.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in that. I teach a lot of that stuff myself also. I had a podcast with Matt Bacon, so people know me from there. That's why people who watch this know me and know that. But yeah, man, I just, the music has not suffered for it. That's the thing I wanted to kind of key on. So I think there's definitely some growth in transmission from the earlier music, but like it's still the same kick-ass band. The things that make the core sound of the band, are intact. And I think that's important to let people know, like you didn't get signed to Metal Blade and then they told you what to do to change. You're still you.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely a growing process. And we believe in the evolution of bands. We're not always going to sound exactly the same, but we're going to keep those key elements of what makes us us and strive forward with that.
Was there anything kind of, did you write in Transmission just like to be the full length album, or did you have some stuff laid around that you were saving? I know guitar players tend to always have like I have a bag of riffs that I've been hanging on to for this very occasion. Just every guitar player I've ever played with has that. But did you guys write this stuff specifically to be this album?
No, we just wrote as many songs as we possibly could, and we picked the best of what we had written. And I definitely have 3 of those bags just filled with riffs. I mean, we're 6 or 7 songs into the next album, and we just released this one today. So we're shooting to have 15 to 20 songs by the end of the year, and try to get out another album as soon as possible. But yeah, it's definitely not, you're definitely not thinking like, oh, I'm going to write this just specifically for this album. It's just kind of like, hey, let's write as many songs as we possibly can. Let's get this energy moving. And I don't stop writing.
Nice. What about you, Jeremy? You play all the time? Are you always thinking about the next beat to lay down?
Yeah, I'm always playing in my free time at my house. Luckily, I'm fortunate enough to where I have a space, and normally I'm just working on my own thing in my free time, just brushing up on technique, stuff like that, trying to learn new stuff. I'm always trying to expand my tools in my bag, if you will. But I just normally come to practice with an open mind, and sometimes it'll be he and I getting together and just woodshedding songs, and we bring the other band members in after we have something kind of cohesive, and then we all kind of brainstorm from there.
Right on. And I imagine, I make this a point in every interview. I know it sounds like a broken record to everybody, and I do look forward to the time when we don't have to talk about this stuff, because everybody has fatigue from the last year. Obviously, being a band, you guys play a lot of shows in the past. This last year with no shows or a few shows, really. You have done some live streams. I saw you guys pop up on a few things like Metal Injection, Slay at Home, and things like that. But it's been hard with no shows. I hope you guys are well. I hope your families and friends are all okay. And, there's an ecosystem, a symbiotic system that merch people, tour bus drivers, venues, we're all kind of having this mass psychotic break together. Yeah. When are we going to get it back? And obviously, it's been hard for you. Was there a plus side with the record on the horizon and having the time not having to tour so you could work on music? Or other stuff in the sort of the bag for the release?
Yeah, it was there's definitely a plus in the sense of writing. I mean, it did give me a lot of frustration and anger and feeling to put into some of the newer songs, which 3 of them can be heard on the album. We wrote, I believe in February and March of 2020, we wrote and recorded Mutt, Deadbeat Assailant, and Transfiguration. So we got to add those to the album. Just kind of, it's kind of a little Easter egg of what's to come in the style that we're writing. They're a little bit different than what we had previously written on the album, in their own way. It's kind of a foreshadowing of what's to come.
Nice. Deadbeat is actually one of my more favorite tracks on there. I like that. It's a quick record. It doesn't overstay. It's still your roots of who you are musically. I do want to shout out the artwork. I don't know if it was on purpose. I got like a very Jane Doe Converge vibe from the album cover. I don't know if you guys are big Converge fans or it was sort of a not on purpose wink to fans, but yeah.
Huge Converge fans.
Definitely.
Yes.
Big inspiration growing up. Absolutely.
So I got a "You Fail Me" tattoo on the back.
Oh, wow.
So the album art was done by our good friend Ben Fruit. And yeah, we wanted to go for a Jane Doe "You Fail Me" vibe, like just to pay homage to, some of our hardcore heroes. And he knocked it out of the park. He sent me one thing and it was it. I didn't even have to say, hey, like, let's do this differently. It was just spot on, first try. And yeah, I think we're going to work with him for sure in the future again. Possibly do some more pay it forward to our heroes.
Nice. I hope so. I love, I always tell people who ask me, like, if I have a image for artwork, like, what's the most important thing? And I was like, well, beside not having your logo in the same font as the album title, the most important thing is to have an artwork that people want. You like, do you see yourself wearing this on a shirt? That's the most important thing, literally. Absolutely. Could this be on a shirt? Does this translate to a poster, to a tour poster? And this artwork is dope. I love this. Is one of my more favorite pieces of art this year. Plus it's on a record I like. So bonus. And, stoner rock and psychedelic doom and things don't have the market cornered on cool, eye-catching artwork. You can be, hardcore, you can be punk, you can be metal and have like a really cool artwork. And it does help.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
Album art was so spot on. I think we spent more time going back and forth of where to put the logo.
I think that was the big point. Is it top left corner? Is it bottom right corner?
Right.
Bottom left? It looked good in all ways, but we wanted to go with that bottom right. Yeah. I think that was the hardest part.
I think it's Paul Stanley of Kiss was like, if you're going to steal a diamond. So if you're going to tip your hat to something great like that, like Jane Doe, awesome. I immediately was like, oh yeah, Jane Doe. And then the style of the band, and I think just certain aesthetics of the band, I think also like are, it could be I figured it was an influence. So I'm glad it is.
We're very open with our influences. A lot of people say, it sounds like Every Time I Die. And we're open about that. We're like, yeah, they're one of our biggest influences.
I hear some Dillinger in there sometimes on the guitar, the early Dillinger stuff, especially on the guitars and the beats.
I'm not as good as Ben Weinman, but
well, who is? How good is that guy's life, by the way, that he the Dillinger retires and he's like, oh, Suicidal needs a guitar player.
Yeah, sure, I'll do it.
It's like wild that he's so comfortable, fit right in with them. Crazy.
Yeah, very.
That was actually, that was particularly great run of shows that I saw a couple of years ago was like Suicidal and Converge like a week apart. I was lucky.
Wow.
It was a lucky stroke there. But yeah, man, this record is deep. I don't know if it's something, if maybe a hard question to ask the two of you, but I don't know if you guys would ever do. You almost seem like the kind of band where you guys could pull off a concept record. I know that's very far flung for the day your new album is out, but I feel like I love, some of the lyrical topics you guys cover and some of the song structures. I could see in your future, without progging out and changing what the band is, you could do kind of a conceptual piece someday.
Yeah. And this one is by no means a concept album, but it does have that certain aspect to it.
It has the vibe, yeah, because the songs do flow very well into each other, and it's just constant. There's not much breaks in the album at all.
I think we're just trying to get a message across, and we hope people pick up on it. And that's basically our concept. You know, we just want to be in your face, in your ears, but also letting you know that we're there with you throughout anything.
I love that. And your fans have been very supportive throughout. You've grown that fan base, but also it seems like you have like a diehard group of people. I stalk your social media. I see what people drop comments about the songs and what they mean to them. So it's got to be super gratifying too.
Yeah, it's very cool to see.
Very fulfilling.
As I said, we're all feeling a lot of fatigue. So not too many questions about this stuff, but of course, I'm sure you want to get back to playing shows now that you have this new record to share with everybody. When will you feel confident about getting out and playing live again on a regular basis?
So we're booking a tour for October and November, and we'll be going up the East Coast. You know, if it happens, we're placing holds on dates. We're looking to do that. I think we're going to do a local show in June. Everything's kind of opened up here. Everybody's getting vaccinated. We're all vaccinated as a band. Very supportive of the vaccinations, and so I think we're gonna try to do something. Masks still are very important, but we're gonna try to do a show in June. We'll see if that happens, and do a full tour in October, November.
Right on. Do you have any dream tour now that things are, hope is on the horizon? Do you have any like dream tours resume in your mind that you could book in your mind, a dream tour of some of the
I'll let you go first because I gotta think.
Oh man, I was just thinking last night. Just the recent dream. I'd love to go on the road with Harm's Way and Gouge Away. Oh, those two bands, one tour, us. I think that would be a good time. Nice eclectic blend of different corners of hardcore. I think it'd be fun.
I want to play with Comeback Kid. I see that they're like doing this. I'm going to Furnace Fest in September. I see that they're playing that, and they're doing all these shows. So I think like, maybe a Comeback Kid, Every Time I Die. Oh, man, so many cool bands. There's this new thrash band that I've been really into called Enforced.
Yeah.
Yes. And we interviewed those guys. Yeah, super cool.
So awesome. I look forward to that album. I've heard a few of extra tracks because I also work in radio. So I got to hear some of the stuff before everybody, and it is damn good. Rich. So I think that would be my current favorite tour. And you know what, throw like one of the homie bands on there. We got friends in Texas glassing, the Grasshopper Lies Heavy, good friends of ours.
Nice. I have also thought about going to Furnace Fest. I'm not vaxxed yet. I need to get stuck. It's been a little hard to get it here, but I'm all about it, and as soon as I can, I'm going to. And we have a photographer in that area, so I was like, maybe I'll fly out for that show. It's like too good a lineup not to kind of think about it at least.
Yeah, I don't know
around my birthday.
Yeah, you'll never see these bands all again, I believe. Like, I have a feeling.
This is hardcore fest of the century.
Yeah, it is almost like this is hardcore or an old school. I don't know if you guys are old enough, but an old school New England metal and hardcore fest when that was a thing.
For sure, yeah.
And it's like that vibe where it's like all legend. Low on the bill are people like, what? Like they should be headlining at the time they would be, Like Converge is in the middle of a day one place.
What? I know they got the Bled playing. They have Zayo playing.
Yeah.
Zayo, with their awesome new album, by the way. Oh,
so good.
So good. Awesome. Yeah, maybe I'll see you guys there. That would be sick.
I would love that.
Absolutely. That would be rad.
I'll see if we can make it work. I hope so. Waiting to hear back about that. And like I said, it's good to have these things to look forward to and be hopeful and optimistic. I know it's been hard. I know it's been a lot of fatigue. This is a great day. I hope you guys celebrate and enjoy it and soak it in, because you don't get a lot of these things in your life where your dreams come true, actually.
We're definitely coming to the light at the end of the tunnel. And it's great to just talk about this, talk about shows, talk about tours, talk about bands and festivals. And it's been a long time.
Word. There's going to be years from now, we'll pull a mask out of like a weird pocket in a pair of jeans we haven't put on in a long time.
Yeah.
Or pull out a mask from our winter coat or something and be like, oh, remember that year, 2 years?
Yeah, that's
wow. Yeah. I hope that's what it is. Being what it is, everybody, please, wash your hands, mask up, be responsible. I know that people are bugging out and they want to immediately, like my fear is that we're going to reopen and then have to shut back down again because that's going to be demoralizing. So like, I don't mind if it takes a long time to ramp up to where we were, because let's do it right.
Exactly.
So here's the wild card question, and I always have a few different ones, but here's the one I picked for you guys. I like to call this day job for a cowboy. What is the worst day job you ever had? Has nothing to do with music, like a terrible menial job or just a job you did not like or hated, and why?
My God, any day job is terrible for me. I currently don't work. I quit my last job. It was probably one of the worst. I was working in a warehouse selling metal roofs. And I would have to like make brackets all day. I would have to lift metal. My back hurt. I was working 50 hours a week. I'm trying to write these songs. I got an album coming out on Metal Blade. And I was like, you know what?
Metal roofs to Metal Blade.
Yeah. And before that, I was a stagehand for a local arena. So I was lifting stages, hurting my back, just always doing this crazy stuff. Yeah, any day job for me is just garbage. I just want to play guitar all day.
Gotcha. How about you, Jared?
Man, I've had a couple crappy ones. Luckily, I've been fortunate enough to like have a career the past 10 years, and I've been a floor installer. So I work with tile and wood floors, and that's been cool for the most part. Ready to move on, obviously. But I think the worst day job I've ever had, satellite installation.
Didn't you work at Blockbuster?
That was an awesome job.
Yeah, that sounds
Blockbuster
fun.
was amazing. And pizza delivery was amazing. I did all that. That was all cool. That was high school though.
We're not, this question is not to demean anybody's job or throw shade on any career.
No, it was just,
there's plenty of people that need to deliver pizzas, install floors, and work at Blockbuster. There's an awesome Blockbuster documentary out right now you should see.
Oh, yeah. I haven't watched it yet.
I watched it. It's good. It's nostalgic. I love it. It's
so crazy to me that it's like about the death of Blockbuster.
It's on Netflix.
So ironic. Netflix killed Blockbuster.
I kind of want to get up to rural Oregon to that last Blockbuster ever.
Yeah, before that one. Yeah.
Support them with all my dollars and all my hugs when it's safe.
Fun fact about where we're from, Lafayette, Louisiana, is we have the last Popeyes buffet in the world. And it's sad because it's probably going to go under with COVID. But
I think they closed it down during COVID. And I think they came out to the local media saying that it's not coming back. So
we lost it.
Yeah.
I was about to say how deeply jealous I am because of all the fast food. I'm a rather large mammal, as you can see. I love Popeyes. It's actually, I don't like burger joints, and most of them are, run terribly anyway. But Popeyes is like the one fast food chain I really love and enjoy the food, and would eat there all the time if it was safe for me to do such a thing, because I'm trying not to stroke out. I want to live a long time and see you guys do like 15 records. But like, I do love Popeyes. That's awesome. Yeah, Lafayette. That's right.
Listen, actually, Anthony Bourdain ate some of his last meals there when he was in Lafayette filming. He went there 3 days in a row because he loved the mac and cheese.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. The collards are not terrible. But I love the chicken. I literally am the poster child for love that chicken. I am that guy. And Bourdain, rest in peace, was a humongous hardcore kid and a metal fan his whole life.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Rest in peace.
But let's go out on a good note. Congrats again. I appreciate you guys. Congratulations on your new record. In Transmission is out today on Blacklight Media / Metal Blade Records. Enjoy and celebrate, fellas. And I will see you all on the road as soon as humanly possible.
We're going to go see Mortal Kombat. That's our celebration tonight.
Awesome. I'm going to see that today too.